But my name is Livia Young. I am a full circle story who has received a shoebox and in return has given back a shoebox. I grew up in Romania. At the age of 2, my biological mom placed me in an orphanage because she could not afford to take care of me. I lived in an orphanage for 10 years of my life, and I want to give you a glimpse of what my life consisted of there daily. And then I will focus on the day I received the shoebox gift. So to start off, I love how America, every time when there's a church or there's a group or anything like an event, there's always food. Yes, there is. And so, in Romania, the food supply was very low in the orphanage that I lived. And first of all, to let you know, there were not just 20 or 50 children. There were hundreds of children aging 2 to 18. And so, hundreds of us, when we were very low on food, I remember having a piece of bread that was hard and moldy. And all I could do is just eat around it. And there were days where they will give us a slice of bread covered in butter. And they will not let me go out and play until I would finish eating it. By the time I finished eating it, I was sick to my stomach. And till this day, I cannot eat waffles, pancakes, bagels, potatoes, anything with butter on top of it. Because it reminds me of the experience I had that time. To move on, our hygiene items were very low. So if you have ever packed a shoebox and you have been stressed so much on packing hygiene items, it really means a lot. Because in the orphanage, I had to wear the same pair of clothes for a week. Same pairs of underwear, socks, pants, you name it. And then on top of that, I had to take baths after 5 or 10 children who have already bathed in the same bathtub water. Every single time we heard that it was bath time, all of us were competing, giving up our food, giving up our time of play, just so that we could be the first ones to take the clean water. And then when holidays came around, Christmas, we did not get to have a gift that belonged just to me without having to be shared with anybody else. The only way we celebrated Christmas was by having more food than usual. The way we worshiped God was by making cross signs across our body and kissing pictures of Jesus on the cross, but we did not know why was Jesus on the cross. When I received my shoebox gift, I was 12 years old. At the same time, when Operation Christmas Child came, we got very excited to see the gifts, but then we also saw a missionary team from the United States hearing the news about them coming. And we were so excited. It's like your favorite rock star or your favorite, movie actress is coming to your house. That's the kind of excitement we had. And the reason why is because in the orphanage, all of us had one thing in common despite of us hating each other and fighting and stealing and having jealousy and anger. All of us had one piece of our heart missing, which was the absence of being loved. Nobody loved us. Nobody cared for us. Nobody would look in our eyes and make us feel important. When we heard Americans coming, we were so excited. I ran to the gates of the orphanage and I held onto the gates until it was time for me to let go. And when I let go of the gates, it was so hard for me to let go because I could not wait to receive the love from the people. Because I knew this was my only opportunity, my only chance of ever experiencing getting a hug. Look into my eyes, make me feel special, and tell me I love you. And when I saw this lady named Connie on the bus, I told myself, she's going to be mine. I'm not going to let her go. And as I got a hold of her, and it was time for me to let go of my fingers, I held so tight that when it was time for me to let go, my fingers were stiff. And when I looked into my palm, I had fingernails engraved into my palms. Connie became mine. I became super glued to her, did not share her with anybody else. I became so protective of her. I was so greedy. And Connie was able to help distribute the shoebox gifts. And she gave me the shoebox. And it was not even hers. It was out of the stack. And they started sharing the gospel with us. And the more they shared about it, the more it was hard for me to accept. Because for 10 years of my life, I was told that I'm not loved. I was not shown love. I did not get the attention and care and love from everybody. And to hear this for the very first time, it was a shocker. It was like a brand new vocabulary term in my vocabulary. I was mesmerized by the words of love to understand that I'm loved by God and by people like you who pack shoebox gifts. And then, as I was sitting down with Connie, I finally get to open my shoebox gift. But before I even open it, I want to share that my biggest dream in life was to have my own set of hair clips and to be loved. And I could never have my hair clips, ever. I had short hair at the time because we had lice, and it was easier for the workers to keep our hair short and make it clean. But when I opened my gift, you will not believe what was in it. Hair clips. I was so excited, everybody. I took the packet out, I tore it in half, and I tried to put every one of them in my hair. Connie's like, calm down, Livia, please, just put one to the right, one to the left, and you'll look much better. I said, no, I want all the hair clips in my hair. So I put them all, probably looking like a porcupine. And I continued looking through my shoebox gift, and I remember finding hygiene items, and that meant so much to me. To be able to have my own toothbrush without sharing with everybody else in the orphanage. To have my own bar soap that I could smell the fragrance of it and imagine myself smell like the fragrance of the soap. And then, as I continued looking through the gift, I found a best friend's necklace, and it was a heart broken in half that said, I love you on it. And I connected with Connie so much, I wanted to tell her thank you for the gospel. Thank you for loving on me. Thank you for the gift. And I told Connie, here, you keep half of the gift of the necklace. I'll keep the other half of the necklace. Maybe one day we can put our hearts together. And as I shared the necklace with her, and I told her I love you in her own language, God told Connie she needed to adopt me. That day, I received a bundle of joy. I didn't receive just to hear the gospel and know I'm loved and get my own hair clips and get my own hygiene items and have my own gift that I can call it my own. But God wanted me to have my own family. At the age of 12, when I received the shoebox gift, I also accepted Christ into my heart. And when you receive Christ into your heart, it's nothing compared to when you receive the gift. When I received Christ, I wanted to shout at the top of my lungs and tell everybody I had Jesus in my heart. The things in the shoebox, they fade away. They get lost. They get chewed on. Who knows what happens to them? But our Christ never does. He remains in our hearts and is like tattooed to us. And for you who have packed shoebox gifts, you have such an impact in us. Even though you may not get to travel across the sea with the plane, but you do by doing shoebox gifts. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. So at the age of 14, I came to the United States to a brand new family, and then 10, 15 years later in my life, whole life, I was able to reunite with my biological mom for the very first time, share the gospel with her. And then in 2013, I spent 2 whole summer months with her and shared the gospel more and connect with her from the time she left me in the orphanage till now. And it is my prayer till this day that one day she will come to know Christ. And to leave you off, all I can say is thank you from the bottom of my heart for packing shoebox gifts. You leave an impact, a tremendous impact in our hearts. Thank you.
Thank you.